Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks, pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Yes, and now it's time for the national anthem, which is all brought to you by Attorney Dan Newlin. This is a really great opportunity for us to start the show off and kick it off with some dedications. You guys came in here with some inspiration.
Yeah. So I was on Stetson's campus yesterday. My cousin's getting ready to graduate. She had her senior research presentation. I got to go watch her do. And She was telling me, she's like, I'm almost done. I have one more final left. And her sister goes to UCF, and she just wrapped up finals. And I know UCF still has finals going on this week. And so I'd like to give the national anthem out to all of our students at any of our universities, whether it's UCF, Stetson, Rollins, Valencia, Seminole State, that are studying so hard, pulling those all-nighters over this next week, getting ready for exams.
There's 2 ways to think about it. I think back to my college days, there was either a final test or a final project. I hated both. So it didn't really matter what it was. Because the final project, you get the final month. That's complete hell, right? It's like
true.
The worst.
Yeah.
Or you study and you're like, you know what, I'm hoping multiple choice C straight down the line. We're going to go with it.
But you know what? My heart is so full, and I just want to say congratulations. I mean, look how far you've come.
Absolutely.
Look how far you've come.
Unbelievable.
So congratulations to you this morning, the national anthem from us here at K92.3.
K92.3.
Doing the right thing. Saturday is a big event. It's called Runway to Hope. It's happened for many, many years. And this is all to support kids with pediatric cancer. So this is all to drum up funds for research.
And what's really special about this event is that the kiddos get to dress up. They pick out dresses and suits and all kinds of fun things and walk down that runway.
And nobody better to talk about it than the director of Runway to Hope, Laura Lochner. Hey, is this Laura?
This is Laura.
Hey, hello, Miss Laura. How are you?
Good morning.
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
Doing fantastic. We just wanted to get you on the line here so this way we could talk about Runway to Hope, which is one of our favorite events. Every year we do this, I get so excited about which kid we're going to be paired up with. And now this will be the first time that Chloe and Slater join me. So, Laura, thank you so much for putting this on again.
So, Miss Laura, it's not very often being in radio that we get to dress up. So I'm so excited to see Ovi and Slater in their suits on Saturday. And it's really all about the kids.
You know, I love that because I was just thinking, gosh, radio is so cool because there's no video. Like, you're not seen. So it's never really occurred to me that when y'all come to the event, dressing up is a big deal.
Yeah, so some people rather we not be seen. So this is actually really nice that you're letting us out of the cage.
Well, listen, we love having y'all on the stage and escorting our kids. They are so excited. And, you know, our kids are excited to pick out their outfit, too.
Well, good. Well, first, let me ask on behalf of the audience who's going to be listening to this, who may want to participate in Runway to Hope and be a part of this weekend's events. Are there still tickets available?
Yeah, absolutely. Tickets are still available at runwaytohope.org. We are quickly selling out, though.
If someone's listening for the first time and they're wondering, what is Runway to Hope?
Yeah, so Runway to Hope supports children and their families battling pediatric cancer right here in Central Florida.
Well, and these kids, you know, now that I've been a part of it for probably the past 7 years, 8 years, it's so great because you get to see some repeated faces, and then you get to see other families that have really taken the toll of what this does. So the reason why we want to drum up the attention is because every dollar that's spent, whether it's a dollar to come to the actual event, or I was hoping we could talk to you about things like the silent auction, things that are going to be auctioned off. Every dollar goes to making sure that these kids get the newest in technology, the newest in research to help them out with their scenario. So being a part of the silent auction, let's do it.
Yeah, so the auction link's on our website, runwaytohope.org.
Wow.
So I'll totally encourage people to shop the auction, even if they can't attend on Saturday.
Love it.
Yeah. Are there any silent auction items that you see and go, whoa, that's great? K92.3, the last couple of years, we did come in, sit in on the show, and be a part of our show.
Yeah,
our
have
morning
breakfast
show.
with us. And
This year, I know we got Brooks and Dunn tickets that also you have a shot to see that and be a part of all that.
Yep.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that our auction is always rather large. I think there's something for everyone. If people are looking for exclusive experiences,
Yeah.
I would definitely take a look at some of those things that can't be bought by the public normally.
Yeah.
How many kiddos will be walking the runway this year?
So we have about 135 patients who are in. So that's who's in active treatment or they're within 5 years of their remission mark.
Wow. Hey, I would encourage people to actually come because when you see it, it is jaw-dropping. And these kids are, they deserve to be celebrated, but they look fantastic, and it's just a night to remember. And then, of course, if you can't make it, then, yeah, those auction items, I mean, that's another way to contribute to an amazing cause.
Listen, we hope people come out, and we're very excited, and we're expecting about 2,300 people. So
That's amazing.
A night to remember.
The kids that are walking that runway, do they get to pick who the escort is? Like, did you give them headshots so that way? Because I think I got to give you a better headshot, Lauren. Because the one that I have is me in a pink bunny suit, and I don't know if anybody would pick me.
Okay, there's usually instant connections, and then they hop in line together. But, the other thing I'll say is celebrities that do this year after year often have established relationships with our kids, and so then they get to walk with the same kid year after year.
Great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So the headshot I can't speak to. You're welcome to send us a new one.
She's like, you're on your own, Slater.
They might have thrown it in the trash before it got to you.
Oh, well, we
Maybe we're
appreciate
back
it.
to that radio thing.
There you go. Thank you so much, and we are so excited to see you on Saturday.
Hey, thank you all for being there and for your support. We're really grateful.
Yeah, Laura Lochner, Runway to Hope. Thank you so much, Laura.
Yeah, God bless, Laura.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Bye, y'all.
Listen for the Star Spangled Banner, performed each morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.
on K92.3.
Supported by attorney Dan Newlin. In a wreck, need a check? Google Dan Newlin.
Okay, so coming up next in 6 minutes, Chloe, go ahead. I'm going to let you say what you're going to say.
No, I'm blaming both of you, Obi and Slater, why I'm going to end up single forever. Like, it is both of your faults. I am
That's a little
terrified
dramatic.
of men because of you.
Terrified?
Terrified.
I get, but just Obi though, right?
You're in there too.
All right, in
here.
6 minutes, let's talk about this. That's Lady A on K92.3. Loved having them as a part of the All-Star Jam back in 2020. Before the pandemic kicked off, they kicked off the All-Star Jam.
Yep.
That's what we do, folks.
What a time.
We change history. All right, it's Obi, Chloe, Slater.
You weren't blaming Lady A for COVID, right?
No,
That's
no,
not what
no,
you
no.
were saying.
It's not their fault.
No, I'm saying we do things that are great, and then history changes.
China was like, whew, he's blaming Lady A, not us.
Oh, my Lord. All right, I did want to get to this because, Chloe, you brought up a really great point as to how you're behaving now that you're single. Slater and I have been really... maybe I don't know if it's
Overprotective?
Well, and I don't know if it's consciously. Okay, so maybe for me it is. I don't want you out there dating because I need your focus on the show.
My focus will always be on the show. You all know that.
Yeah, until Billy Do Right comes along, and then you're like, guys, I don't know, I'm in love, and then I'm like, Chloe, over here, we're talking in 2 minutes.
See, and that's why I understand why you're saying you're going to be single forever because of Obi, but I'm championing behind love so that way you can bring it back to the show.
Yeah, okay.
And talk about whatever craziness is going on. That's why we love second date updates. So
Well,
much.
if this is the first time you're hearing this, I've been single now. I wouldn't even say it's been recent, over the last 4 months. And so I've just been throwing myself out there a little bit more, just seeing what's out there as far as guys and really, like, I'm finally in a good place. I wasn't for a while, but in a good place where I'm like, no, Chloe, like, it's time to really put yourself out there. You never know how you're going to meet somebody, especially with this industry. We're working all the time. And if I don't make a conscious effort to try, will it be reciprocated?
Right.
And so I've been, dating, sure, we'll use those words. And I've mentioned to Obi and Slater just about that I'm putting myself back out there. And there was this one guy at the gym. I mean, the things that both of these Obi and Slater have told me now, I don't even want to date because they have me fearful that if I even talk to a guy, they instantly think I like them, which is not the case for me.
So-
I'm an over-friendly person.
So
That's
what
my
we said-
personality.
Right, so your over-friendliness is an open door to a guy who thinks he's got a shot.
yeah, maybe.
I don't think so.
No, so even so say you give me a compliment, right? Hey, so the way that you wouldn't compliment a guy on how
Let
he's
me just
working
give you
out,
an example. There's a guy at the gym, super nice guy. Is somebody that I would be interested in dating? No, I wouldn't. But he has the same running shoes as me, and we run next to each other on the treadmill. And I've been wanting to say, like, hey, nice sneakers. Funny, because literally we're wearing the same shoes. But I saw him yesterday at the gym. I'm like, well, I'm not talking to him because Obi and Slater, if I say one word to this guy, they instantly think that I like them.
It's not every guy. Is he around your age?
He is.
Does he have a ring on his finger?
He does not.
He will definitely think you're trying to hit on him.
At least opening the door to conversation.
But what about just being friendly?
Yeah, and you can be. Okay, so here's what does suck. And I get it. And even as we're talking live on the air, like there's going to be some things that I'm going to say that I'm like, man, did I say that right? But for guys, I think guys are, especially single guys always on the prowl. And I don't say that like in a mean way. I'm just saying he's always got his little sensors open. And so the minute a girl is nice to him, I just think guys automatically are like, okay, I may have a shot at this.
Totally.
Nothing wrong with that.
I found my way around it because you are a really nice person. You like paying compliments. You're going to have to lie in how you compliment so that way he gets the signal that you're not trying to do that by saying, hey, I really like those shoes. Where'd you get them? I want to get my boyfriend a pair. Then the compliment is there.
At that point, why am I?
So then there's a lie. You throw a lie in there.
There's a lie, so that way you have the because why would you want to compliment him to make him feel good, right?
Yeah, and then he sees me walking around the apartment building. Where's your boyfriend? I thought you had this guy.
No, what you say is, man, I really dig your kicks. Do you notice we're wearing the same shoes? By the way, I don't want to sleep with you. Bam! There you go.
Nail on the head.
For me, I don't understand. Like, if someone compliments you or says something to you, me conversing back with a guy and saying, thank you so much, or, oh, that was so sweet, does not mean that I'm interested.
Sure.
Whatsoever. But you guys seem to think that just even conversing back means that I'm interested. It does not. It's just being nice.
Would you accept a drink at the bar if somebody said, hey, send to the bartender, hey, send that girl over there. Send her a drink on me.
Well, because then that guy's actually trying, I think, to be flirty. But if someone just says something to me and I converse back, that doesn't mean that I'm interested.
You might as well have bought him a drink and a steak dinner. If you're going to give him that kind of a compliment.
See, this is why I will not be talking to men.
How do you treat people who reach out to you on social media? You know, you're a beautiful girl. You get reached out to a lot via
I write
all
back
sorts
to them.
of platforms.
Yeah, and they're great and they're really sweet. And I may say thank you so much or have a great day or,
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I like them.
I'm always just saying, just be careful. Just be careful. Limit the conversations. Limit the compliments.
Yeah, the guys don't know what to do.
You don't think guys can read?
What do you mean read what?
Like read and
minds?
understand?
No,
if I'm
absolutely not.
Short talking, very nice and to the point that I'm not interested?
That is a massive problem. We cannot read your brain. Just like you can't read ours because it doesn't make sense.
Okay, perfect. They'll write me a really nice message. I'll just ignore them.
Tell me.
That's even worse.
Tell me. No, just give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Or
thank you.
Say thank.
Bam.
How about this? Thanks so much, bro. So that way they know that
broski.
You want to be bros. You don't want to be more than bros.
Broski.
You don't want to be bros of the South.
Right.
All right. Okay. Maybe Slater and I, we are protective. Of you, right? I don't want you talking to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that messages us and everything like that. Like I love our listeners and I love people who reach out to us at events. And
Absolutely, it's the best.
I like your guy at the gym, even though I don't know him. But I just want you to be cautious.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's the dad in me that's coming out too. That's spilling out of my pores.
So anybody that messages you anything on social media,
do you want to just take care of it for me?
Just send it to me, and I will friend them and be like, "Hey, thanks so much for that compliment."
Slater's gonna send them pictures of his feet and say it's yours.
Yeah,
that did happen one time. A guy asked me for feet pics, and Obi and Slater sent their feet.
Here you go, bro.
Get ready. Hey, ask for another pic. I'll send that too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my lord.
Oh boy, you guys are the best though.
Obi, Chloe, and Slater's $1,000 minute.
K92.3.
We've got Lois of Lady Lake on, and Lois, we hear that you're just kind of resting up from a knee that just had surgery.
That is correct.
Lois, are we also to understand that you're the one who's donated thousands of toys every single time we do a Tower Toys toy drive?
Yes, that is me.
I knew
Oh,
it.
you're the
I knew
best.
it.
We're grateful for you.
I'd be stuck in that tower for like weeks on end if it wasn't for Lois and her
Seriously.
partner.
She brings like thousands of toys.
No.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get you a win on the $1,000 minute. Now, this game is ruthless. You've got 10 questions. Got to get them all locked in 60 seconds.
Okay, Lois. So these questions, you can pass any of them, but whatever you lock in is what I have to take first. We can come to those passes right at the end.
I got it. It goes pretty quick.
And
Okay.
I every once in a while, I poke Chloe in the ribs so that way she goes quicker with the questions so that way you have more time, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Slater, don't poke the bear.
Are we ready?
Here we go, Lois, with question number 1. What act did Britain impose on American colonists requiring taxes on various papers, documents, publications?
Taxation without representation.
Which country is both an island and a continent? So think of all those continents.
Antarctica.
Chef Mickey's is a restaurant at which Disney hotel?
I have no idea.
Name one of the 3 states of matter.
Gas.
How many arms does a starfish have?
8.
Who is the villain in The Little Mermaid?
Oh, pass. Can't think of it.
Finish the line. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump over
Jack jump.
what?
The candlestick.
In the Dr. Seuss book, what color are the eggs?
Green.
Tom has $7 bills, 6 pennies, and 3 quarters. How much money does he have?
$7.78.
This song is Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. What movie is it from?
And that's our time.
Oh.
Right here.
OS! So close.
Damn.
Let's start at the top, okay? We're looking for the Stamp Act. That's what the Britain imposing American
Stamp
colonists requiring taxes.
Ooh, that was a hard one.
You did get that phrase right, though. I want to give you a half point for whatever that's worth.
Hey.
Antarctica.
Take what I can get.
You guessed Antarctica was both an island and a continent. It's actually Australia. Okay, so Keith Urban knew that one. Chef Mickey is a contemporary resort within Disney. You guessed that they have 8 arms. Starfish actually have 5. Ursula is the Little Mermaid villain and is $7.81. That $7, 6 pennies, 3 quarters. That's how much it adds up to. But regardless, we got a pretty sweet prize to walk away with.
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn tickets. Seen them this weekend in Tampa.
Yay!
Oh, my God. Are you kidding?
You better rest up
Congratulations.
that knee.
I guess I have plans for this weekend.
You sure do. Oh, what a pleasure to play with you again. And hey, let's try to link up before Tower of Toys, all right?
Absolutely.
Great job today.
Thanks.
The $1,000 minute.
Let's see how you do. Join up on the K82 3 app to play.
And up next, our mom's son is getting ready to graduate college. The selfish thing he's doing, though, that she'll never be able to forgive him for. That panic button at 7:20.
K92 3. Time to hit the panic button with Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
Jenny over by UCF hitting that panic button, so we're going to turn it over to you.
So my son is supposed to be graduating college this coming weekend. I'm really proud of him.
Where is he graduating from?
From UCF.
Oh, go nice.
Hey,
Wow.
congratulations.
It's exciting.
Thank you. It is. It really is. But he, I feel, is not taking it super seriously. He doesn't care about going to graduation. He doesn't want to walk at graduation. And so he kind of just sees it as, you know, it's just another day. He's going to get his diploma and move on.
Okay.
Personally, it means a lot to me. My husband, his dad, passed away 4 years ago, right after he graduated high school. So it's been like just us these 4 years getting him through this together.
Oh, wow.
Before my husband died, we took out a second mortgage on our house to put him through college, which we were happy to do, but this feels like the culmination of his journey and also of our grief together, like losing him. And it just feels like he's kind of like doesn't care. He's throwing it away. Like we have family coming in town and he's like, no, we can just hang with them at the house. He doesn't want to do anything, you know, formal.
Regardless, he's
and
still
said-
getting his diploma. He's just not walking.
But
Yeah,
that's
he
like
is.
everything, though, because then you get to see you get that moment. Like, that moment's not for the kids, really. It's for the parents. It's for the people that,
Right.
I mean, you
Who
said
helped push him along the
Absolutely.
way.
mortgage. Do you threaten that he actually has to make the payments instead of it having to be paid with a second mortgage?
I don't know if I want to threaten him,
Right.
but I hope that he just sees how much this means to me and, agrees to do it. I feel like he's just being influenced by his friends who all of them are like embarrassed. They don't think it's a big deal. They just don't want to do it.
Oh, so
he's
they're not
like,
walking
I
either.
won't do it either.
So it's almost like too
none of
cool
it's
for
like-
school.
he has this tight group. Yeah, and none of them are doing it.
Wow. Hey, well, listen. So first of all, I don't even know where to sit with this because the sacrifice that a parent makes, I can only imagine. Hey, you owe this one to me. So yeah. So let's see if we can get you some calls here as to what the next step is.
Thank you.
Join the conversation.
844-254-9232.
844-254-9232.
Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
So we're on with Ben right now, and Ben, you just heard our woman's scenario with her son that's graduating college, and she wants to see him walk. He doesn't want to walk. What do you think?
I think she just needs to stop it. She needs to just go take a nap or something because,
Go take a nap.
What?
Hold on, Ben. Can you give us 6 minutes? That would be a sweet nap,
Go
right?
take a
I
nap.
mean, can you give us 6 minutes and we'll get your take next? This sounds great.
K92.3. The Panic Button
Join the conversation.
with Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
We've been chatting with Jenny this morning. Her son is getting ready to graduate UCF, but he does not want to walk, and Jenny wants it to happen. She's put a lot of time, money, and effort into his 4 years. And Ben, you're saying she just needs to get over it?
I mean, it's 2024. I mean, if the dude doesn't want to walk, he doesn't want to walk. I mean,
Okay.
okay, you paid the
All right.
money. I get it. But, like, he got the paperwork. He's going to graduate it. Just, take him to Chuck E. Cheese and call it a day.
Chuck
E. Cheese. He's a college student. Now, listen, are you a parent? Like, isn't there, I mean, I don't know if you're a parent or not, but there is some sort of happiness that we get whenever they level up in karate, whenever they level up in school.
I mean, that's all good past, like, 12th grade. After that, like, once they're, like, grown, once they're legal and they can go out in the real world, I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to come out and be making more money than she is probably. So, like, she needs to just play nice. And hopefully her son will take care of her in her old age. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Gosh,
wow.
it's a difficult spot, right? Because you think about just all the sacrifices his parents have made for him. Obviously, losing his dad has been really difficult, but to get through those 4 years, there's so many people that have helped him along the way.
I mean, then send them a card and say, thank you, I appreciate it, all that good stuff. Like, I don't knock that at all, but, like, the walking thing is so insignificant. Like, he did the work, he's going to graduate, that's all good.
There's got to be
Everything
some
else is-
sort of an intervention if grandma just goes up and grabs him by the ear, right? And she drags him across that stage.
That's old school.
Yeah. Or have a party afterwards and have him walk in front of the family, have like a family and friends gathering.
That's not. That's actually that's the best compromise I think we could hear.
Hey, brother, appreciate you chiming in this morning.
No problem.
Join the conversation.
844-254-9232.
844-254-9232.
Obie, Chloe, and Slater.
Song is hot, man. That is Morgan Wallen. Ernest. By the way, Ernest played our very first Springs and Strings, guys.
That's right.
And we have another Springs and Strings happening here at the end of the month. It's Obie, Chloe, Slater. This is K92.3. Good morning.
Good morning. So we're trying to help our sweet mama out this morning. Her son is getting ready to graduate UCF, and
Congratulations.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
that is
what an
such
accomplishment.
a
Yep.
huge accomplishment. But he doesn't want to walk for graduation, and you do have that option at a lot of universities where if you don't want to walk, you don't have to. And he has decided that is not what he'd like to do. Mom very upset about it. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, so much love and support. He lost his dad right before he left for school. And so
Dad was a huge proponent of
Yeah.
him going to
Huge
college.
proponent.
Dad took out a lot of money to make sure that he would do this. So I'm conflicted here because I'm like, man, my mom wants me to walk.
Right.
Dad would have wanted me to walk. Like, I think I need to take my own personal feelings and put them to the side.
Well, and I graduated UCF back in 2019. I did want to walk, but I would have literally never made it through school if it was not for my parents and the sacrifices they have made just financially to put me through school, and the amount of tears and phone calls at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I was studying. I never thought I'd pass the exam, that they were incredible. I mean, just that support system. And so for me, no matter what, I was always walking, but you walk for almost for mom and dad as well, right? Like you walk for the family that's backed you up and supported you, because it takes really an entire team to get you through 4 years.
Yeah, even without the money thing, right? This is the final graduation that mom will ever get to see.
Of anything.
Yeah, you have graduation of pre-K. Then you graduate, what?
8th grade.
It goes elementary, everything else. This is the final school graduation ever. And to do this, I mean, we're only a couple days away. So a conversation that mom wants to have with her son today that will change it and doesn't know what to say. That's why we're trying to help her immediately.
Okay, good morning.
Hey, this is Nicole from Lake Mary.
Oh, we got Nicole from Lake Mary on the line.
Good morning.
All right, son doesn't want to walk. What do you think mom should do?
I personally did my bachelor's and master's from UCF, and I didn't walk because it was a long, drawn-out process, and I thought it was a waste of time. It wasn't that I was influenced or embarrassed. It was just not my thing. But I did ask my parents if it was something that they wanted to go to, and ultimately they told me it was my decision. So I think if it's that important to her, she should probably just have a sit-down like, this would mean the world to me, and go from there. But I don't think...
Do you regret not walking?
No, not at all, because I didn't... I was one of those ones who worked and went to school, so I didn't really have a bunch of college friends, so it wasn't really anything that interested me. So
Yeah, I think as a mom, she's going to have to put on the waterworks to really make it a point.
Start really getting dramatic and dry.
And way over the top. And then he's going to be like, because I, as a son, right? If my mother ever cried, immediately whatever she would want, I would be like,
of course.
I just want the tears to stop.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And then that will work.
Yeah, but I mean, I also agree that I think her son is right. Like, just hang out with the family, the people who matter. Like, you don't need a big ordeal, I guess.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate you. I love having that perspective from somebody who did it.
Hey, and go Knights.
Yeah, go Knights.
All right, talk to you soon. Okay, now switching it over to Sanford. We've got Amanda on the line, everybody.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
What's your advice?
I would say I've lost my dad a little over a year ago, and I know events that he should have been at. He may not be that he wants to go to that event because his dad won't be able to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Emotional attachment.
Yeah, I didn't think
And
about
the
it like
fact
that.
that, his dad was there at the beginning, and now he's not. He may not want to celebrate because he feels like his dad's not going to be there to celebrate with him.
Well, and I think that's an important conversation that he needs to have with mom. Both of them need to talk to each other and really sit down and figure out, because mom really feels this way, son really feels this way. So it's like, okay, can we meet in the middle and compromise somewhere?
And I'm with Slater. You do whatever mom asks. Like, mom busted her hump to get you through and supported you. You do whatever mom asks.
The only thing the son can do is, if he actually isn't doing it because of that, because the dad's not there, I would imagine the mom's opinion would change completely. Because they would probably embrace, talk about dad, blah, 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 and maybe they would have a new perspective knowing what the other person's thinking.
Right, and say that dad will be there in spirit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He'll actually be there, he just won't be there physically.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so
Love it.
much.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have a great
Amanda.
You too.
Yeah, so I think, Slater, you hit the nail on the head. Like, I think the boy in me came out and was like, listen, I just got to do whatever mom wants, especially if mom is the only parent left. And this is that big of a thing on her brain, then I got to do it.
And honestly, if he does want the dad there, I got a guy that can make a cardboard cutout of dad and put him in the stand.
Or a picture in a frame.
With one of those foam fingers on his hand.
In all seriousness, I do think dad would want him to walk.
Yeah, wow. Well, why don't we keep your calls coming? 844-254-9232.
K92.3.
From backstage to the front page, it's all access.
We'll hear from Blake Shelton and that joke that he pulled on Luke Bryan. But first, Luke Holmes is a dad to two sweet boys, Tex and Bo. And Tex is almost 2. Bo was born this past year. And Luke's been teasing all these dad songs. And the one most recent that he shared, it's called Hunting by Yourself.
They'll make you cuss and wear your patience thin. But next thing you know, they're all grown up, and then you're hunting by yourself again.
And
so good. And Luke actually said that this song is about doing things you love with your kids, but knowing they'll grow up one day, and then you'll realize it's never about what you're doing, but who you're doing it with.
There's really not enough time. Like, as any parent says, the days are long, but the years fly by. And that's what I'm sure you, Obi, with kids that are between the ages of 14 and 2, you're seeing the spread.
Yeah, well, and it is interesting because Luke Combs' whole song is about you harness those moments because at some point you'll be back to just being yourself, you know? Well, I mean, for those of us who are lucky who are married, you hope that you have that at least that partner for the rest of your life. But yeah, my kids, we're in a very strenuous season running from point A to point B, but I hear a lot of my mentor friends saying, dude, it's only a season because at some point they will not be in your house anymore.
Absolutely. Soak it up and enjoy it. But Luke playing Jacksonville this weekend. If you are going to the show, I have no doubt that he'll play some of those songs as well as some of his massive hits. So it'll be just a rocking couple days. And we've got your tickets to the show at 9. And then back in 2013, Randy Travis suffered a stroke. His wife had shared that the stroke actually affected the whole third midsection of his left brain, which is speaking, writing, and reading, and it really brought his music career to a halt. Well, my heart is so happy to share that tomorrow, Randy is dropping a new song. It's called Where That Came From. This will be his first song that he's released in over a decade.
Wow.
There's a whole generation of kids that do not know Randy Travis's music. They might hear a song here or there, but he had hit after hit. So the Luke Combs, the Morgan Wallens that are now, Randy Travis, Alan Jackson, that was it. They were the top of the top. It's great to see him back.
And he's releasing the song just a day before his birthday, so really exciting, and I cannot wait to hear it. And then lastly, Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan. They've been buddies for years, y'all. They're both so funny, so witty, and they've always just got these jokes that they play on each other. Well, Blake recently had a show and started roasting Luke on stage.
Some of them country singers they're full of shit, man. They come out here and lie to y'all. Luke Bryan's the worst I've ever seen. This is the worst when he comes out and goes, hey, y'all sing it. Because he's drunk and high and he can't remember the words to his own damn song.
You got to be boys to be able to do that to each other. But I wonder if at some point it's hey, you took it too far.
No, I don't think so, right? And Luke will get back up on stage and give it right back to him. I would just love to be a fly on the wall or in a room with those two guys because they are hysterical. So you can see all these stories up online at K923Orlando.com. We're just literally a few minutes away. 8 a.m. We'll give you that first keyword, pay your bills. You'll enter it on the K923 app.
K92.3.
2 people, 1 date, 0 texts returned.
Second date update.
Brought to you by attorney Dan Newlin. In a wreck, need a check, Google Dan Newlin.
Man, out in Sanford, talking to Rayanne. Rayanne, tell us a little bit more about your night. Was it a coffee date or a dinner night?
No, it was a dinner night. Actually, we started pretty early for dinner, around 5 or something. We went late. We hung out pretty much all night, which is why I don't get why he's not calling me back. But it was a great date, in my opinion. We literally did not stop talking. We talked and we talked and we talked about deep things too. It wasn't just surface level first date.
When you mean deep, do you mean family, faith, those things?
Yeah, we just got into family dynamics and kind of our childhood and stuff like that.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know. And we also just really, really, both of us, we love Disney. I feel like I've never met anyone that is on my same level with that.
That's like Slater in here. Slater loves Disney.
What did you say and share about yourself that he just went, oh, okay? Because then that might be the giveaway. Obviously, Disney, you guys have in common. But if he didn't have anything to say about any topic, was there one in particular?
Well, I told him I'm not the biggest thrill ride fan, and he is, so...
That's okay. There's a lot of people like that.
I don't feel like that's enough to just be a complete jerk and not call back, though.
Yeah.
Well, Rayanne, I appreciate you so much. We love your energy. I feel like this may work out. We're going to try to call Lenny now and talk to him, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, looking to speak to Lenny, please.
This is Lenny. Who's this?
Lenny, this is Obi, Chloe,
Good morning.
Slater.
Hey.
So there's 3 of us on the line because we do a morning radio show.
Whoa.
Okay, so we work for K92.3. The morning show that we do, I don't know if you're familiar with the morning show.
It's a country station.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's something that we do on the show called the Second Date Update. You went on a fantastic date with Rayanne, and we would love to present you a $75 gift card for free just to go out again.
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Oh, is it because you like the thrills and she's not into them? I totally get that. That seems like a big
She did
big
tell
thing.
us that y'all love Disney.
Yeah.
Do you not?
What else did she tell you?
She did say you guys had a deep conversation just about life. And so I mentioned anything with faith and family. And she said you all talked all about that. So maybe that?
She didn't tell you how we met, huh?
No, she didn't say anything.
You guys meet like at a bar?
I
an
figured
app?
Disney since you both loved it.
No. I met her on like a dating app.
So like a Hinge?
No. This thing called Positive Singles.
Okay. I mean, I've never heard of it. I've heard of dating apps like Hinge, Tinder, Bumble.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Exactly.
I just looked it up. No, it's not like one of those.
What did you look up?
It says #1 STD and herpes dating website. 2 million people, positive singles for people that test positive.
I only get cold sores, but Rianne, that's like a whole nother.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I need like an explanation, like if you're talking to a kindergartner.
Oh, there's pictures.
So you're on an app that's only for people who have STDs?
Like I said, I just get cold sores here and there on my mouth, whatever.
But you're on the app, correct?
I'm on the app. Just because I thought I would meet somebody else maybe similar to me, but
Sure. Hey, you know what? I mean, to be honest, bro, like as I'm looking at it on Google right now, like it actually makes sense that y'all would have a spot that, there would be like a judgment-free zone. So, okay, so wait a minute. So you said you get cold sores, and I'm sorry that you're having to like say these things over and over again. But,
I know. We appreciate your vulnerability. I mean, this is something that's very personal.
What's up with Rayanne? You're just not into Rayanne, and you don't want to spread it to her? Like I'm still in the dark.
no, she has genital warts.
She has, I'm sorry, one more time?
Yeah, she has warts of the genitals down below.
Pretty sure she has genital warts. So.
Okay.
Oh. Obi, I think we need to get Rhiannon on. This is something that's really personal.
Lenny, the reason why Rayanne is on is because we wanted to get the both of you talking because we want you guys to date. We have this gift card for the both of you. Rayanne?
Hi. Yeah, I don't think you should be on the app if you're in that judgment zone of yours then.
Yeah, but you didn't mention that on the profile.
It's a safe space. You don't have to mention.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that something that you have to be upfront with as you date? I mean, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's like one of the mandatory things about the app.
So like the other dating apps, you'd put like if you had kids. Here you put what STD you got, right?
Ann wasn't honest on the profile.
Okay, well,
You
I
lied.
just think that it's really rude that this is the reason, and you just shouldn't be on that app then. I'm sorry, I'm just really uncomfortable with this conversation now, and we've already said way more than I intended on saying on the air, so I'm just done with this conversation now.
Hey, and Rayanne, I mean, the website looks fantastic. You probably may meet somebody who's not as judgmental.
Yeah.
Second date update.
Did you miss it? Catch the latest drama on the K82-3 app.
Man, Chloe was trying to show us this dance. I could not get it. It's all about the footwork.
It is.
And you got to have the movement in the waist when you do this and you do this.
Oh, yeah, throw those hips.
That's what it is. Yeah, a lot of us guys, and hey, I'll call myself out. I white guy dance. I just move my upper body. I move
Slater's
my upper
dance
body.
moves are my favorite.
I forget that there's a bottom half you're supposed to wiggle.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into this conversation about Tyra Banks. So she tried alcohol for the very first time at 50 years old. All right, so you turn 50. There's a couple things. There's a couple of ages, first of all, that are milestones. I think 21 is a milestone, right? Anybody who turns 30, that's it. You're done with your 20s.
18.
Yeah, 40 is one of those that you're like, man, I'm in my 40s. But 50, I think 50 is now the new 40.
It just, why on earth at the age of, for me, why at 50 would you even try? And she said she didn't like it. It tastes gross. Well, yeah, like, duh. If you're drinking anything straight, like, I don't even buy the fact that people are like, I really like the taste of beer. If it didn't have alcohol in it, then you probably wouldn't drink it. And the people that drink non-alcoholic stuff, the reason you do is because you want to make it seem like you are with other people.
I mean, let that sink in for a second. Tyra Banks, 50 years old, tried alcohol for the very first time. All the temptations in high school, in college,
her modeling
especially
career. Yeah.
when you turn 21, what do you want to do? You want to take a sip legally of alcohol. And the fact for her never to do that.
Well, I can imagine throughout her whole modeling career, she's also hosted TV for a very long time after modeling. That's a long time to not go with the sauce. But I do like the fact that she said when she tried it for the first time, if you don't know what you're doing and you're just trying whatever, say somebody just pours you a shot of Jack. You're going to lose your throat.
Yeah, you're going to make that face, right? But there's a lot of things in life that I'm sure you have not checked off of things you want to do, and maybe you never have. A good buddy of mine was 27 before he flew on his first flight. Wow. He was freaking out the entire time.
Was that because he feared to get on an airplane, or he just never had the opportunity?
He didn't come from money. He also came from family that they never left their hometown. So he left his hometown, and he did that. I mean, there's stuff that I hope sometime in my life to road trip in an RV and to live in an RV for like 6 months to a year. I just can't find anybody that would want to do it with me. So I know that I would have to just say goodbye to everything. But at 50, I think that would be great. I would like to do what Tyra did.
I've never been overseas. I had a lot of friends, especially right after college, that took a trip with their families out over to Europe. I would love to get the opportunity one day to go back over to like Italy and see really where my roots are from. But, it's a long flight. It's also an expense to get all the way out there.
But I'm to understand that this gentleman that you're taking to Runway to Hope can afford it. This date that Chloe has that's a much older man.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of time on his hands to spend all of that money on you, Chloe.
I can't wait for you guys to meet him this weekend. You're going to love him.
Okay, in 6 minutes, we're talking about Chloe's date here. We're paying your bills here at 8 o'clock. Would love to give you a keyword just like we're going to do here at 10 o'clock. We'll do it again at 12. We'll do it at 2 and 5. So that's 5 times a day. Next opportunity, 10 o'clock with that keyword worth $1,000. All right, good morning. It's Obi, Chloe, Slater. This is K92.3, where this Saturday we have something pretty cool. We actually covered it for Doing the Right Thing, so you're going to hear this again at 9:25, where we're talking about Runway to Hope. It's a big soiree, gala, if you will, that's thrown, and every dollar that's raised from this gala goes back to the research of pediatric cancer for kids. It's been very there's two sides of me that gets emotional about this, because one side is like, man, I'm so excited to see these kids be able to run them down the aisle like models. That's what's really cool about this night. Y'all are going to see these kids all dressed up, and we get to run them like models around this runway. Then another side of me is like, some of these kids we don't see again, and that's really sad. And so we would love to invite people out. So that's why we're talking about Saturday's events, specifically Chloe's date.
Well, and Runway to Hope is so gracious, and they each gave us a +1. So Obi, I know, is bringing his wife. Slater's bringing his fiance, and I am bringing my dad.
Love it.
That's good.
I am so excited that we get to do this together. I don't know the last time I took dad as a +1. So him and I obviously have a great relationship. We're really, really close, and he's so sweet. Really, I think my mom's more excited to dress him than he is. She was pulling stuff out of his closet like the last couple days, deciding on a tie and just what he was going to wear. And so I can't wait just to hang out with him. He's my best friend. I love that man with everything in me, and I would not be who I am without him. And so to get to just hang out with him for the night will be a blast. And I'm excited for Obi and Slater to get to spend some time with him, because I think he is quite literally the funniest person in the world. And Obi and Slater, when they see him, it's really always at an event, so it's in passing really quick. So they actually get to hang out with him and spend the evening.
Now, did you think, because 3.5 months, that's how long you've been single, right? Mm-hmm. So were you thinking, because you knew that this was coming up during that entire time, were you thinking, who am I going to invite as my +1? And we're thinking you were going to invite nobody, and then this turned into what it is?
No, it was always dad.
It was always dad.
It was always.
Was dad always going to go?
Oh, yeah. I told him a while back. I'm like, hey, I have this event coming up. When I wasn't single.
When you weren't single.
Oh, no. When I wasn't single,
Okay.
it would have been, it would have been my boyfriend. But once everything happened and stuff, I'm like, hey, I have this event. I'd love for you to be my +1. We get to get all dressed up together, hang out for the weekend. It's for a great cause. And he's really pumped. He's excited to get dressed up and hang out.
Now, can he dance?
Oh, that man can dance. America's dad? That's what I call him.
America's dad?
And he'll be 67 in July. And he looks incredible for his age. He bikes 20-something miles a day. So that man can break it down on the dance floor.
Well, and Chloe's dad used to be a principal, then went on to be the mayor of the town.
He was.
So you're talking about a man's man.
Yeah, and he's retired now. And so I'm like, what do you have to do besides mom's honey-do list? And then you just come hang out with me. Once you check everything off, come hang out. We'll have a good time. So I'm really excited to bring him this weekend.
Is it tough to be a mayor? Like, is it something that Obi and I could do by just getting some pointers?
I don't want to be mayor.
All I got to do is stand at a podium, right? You stand at a podium, you point, everything else, you smile, and you come up with some hand gesture.
I can barely manage my own
that
household.
I think it's
Let
easier
alone
than a
city.
household. It sounds like, honestly, it sounds like Chloe's mom runs the household.
She does.
He doesn't have to worry about that.
She sure runs that household.
Oh, my Lord. All right, so we can't wait to see Jeff, your dad. I think that'll be great. Again, Runway to Hope is something that anybody can be a part of and show up to, and most certainly we would love to see you out there. But dress to impress.
Yes. We'll
I'm going to bring in my suit tomorrow. Slater brought in his suit earlier this week. I'm going to bring in my suit tomorrow.
And we'll definitely take you all along with us. Just on Saturday, we'll share photos and videos on our K92.3 social pages. So make sure you're following us there.
Obi, Chloe, and Slater. K92.3.
Orlando's #1 for new country.
Hey guys, time to get in on the action for the biggest moments in basketball with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. Just select 2 or more players. Pick more or less on their projections, place your entry, and win up to 100 times your money. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use the code GET100. That's code GET100 on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more. Pick less. It's that easy.